All right, I'm Nick. I'm out in the garage today. Take a few minutes. I'm gonna talk to you about this Old Town Sportsman Salty 120 PDL, and from now on, we're just gonna call it the Salty. Okay? I'm tired of these ridiculously long names. It's driving me crazy. It's way too much to remember. We're talking to you about the seat, why I chose to use the Predator seat. I'm gonna show you how I install the seat risers with the zip ties. That way, I don't run into any issues. Typically speaking, on the Predator, I never remove the seat, but since this kayak has no storage and I've had to keep my battery underneath the seat in the center compartment, I've had to pick up and down on the seat, all the time, every time I recharge the battery, and I can see where the seat risers coming off could be an issue. It's an issue that I normally don't have. All right, let's go over this seat and then let's talk about why I'm using another one. Here it is. This is the factory seat that comes with it. This is the same seat that Ocean Kayak released with the Malibu PDL back in like 2017. Nicest part of this seat is it's got mesh down here, right? Which is cool. Water, sand, whatever falls through it, doesn't store any dirt. That's fantastic, okay? Like back in 2017, the first time I saw that seat, I was like, why is this not a standard across the board? Because if you didn't know, the reason that these move back and forth, these little things, is because they'll actually fit on all the kayaks. All the seats are the same width. I've had people argue with me about it in the past. If it isn't a PDL, this seat will fit in it, period. Okay? So, the difference is there is no bag back here, which for a company as big as Old Town, and if you call them, they'll tell you that they're a small company. They're still a pretty darn large company. For a company to give you a product that is not as good as the last generation, it really kind of hurts my mind, and it really wants me to create my own kayak company, okay? It's really starting to get frustrating. This seat, they also removed 3 pieces of material from back here, which connected this to this bar. People complained that that material made their tailbones touch this bar. Okay, I can see that. People were like, this seat is better because it doesn't have that. If you are one of the people who does have the problem with your tailbone, and I'll show you another kayak, touching this bar because there's 3 pieces of material here, pull out your scissors and just cut those pieces. We'll talk about that in a second. Outside of that, screen printed logo, nothing different. I've compared the padding without tearing it apart. It's pretty much the exact same, okay? There may be, no, that's probably the same too. We'll look at it in a minute. But no bag, goes in place the same way, essentially the same seat, just a cheaper version of it. Here's the Predator seat. Now, remember the only upgrade is this part is not mesh. So what I have done is I've just taken my knife, cut a hole there. I've been doing that for years. It lets sand, water, and whatever just run out. So if you haven't done that and you have this seat, just poke a hole there. You're good to go. There's no stress there. Not a big deal. Now I had this seat in a 2019 Predator. Had this seat for a while. I like the bag. Now I know you can buy aftermarket bags for this, but I don't. It just fits there, right? It's designed to be there. It's easy to stick your arm back here, and you just slide your hand right in this hole from either direction, and you can pull out your binoculars or whatever you have in there, right? There's all kinds of random goodies in here. A bait knife. I should probably have the sheath on that. Sunscreen. What else? What else we got? No, what else? Oh, you never know when you're coming back to a beach and there might be a tarpon swimming by or a cobia swim to you off the beach and you need to tie this hoagie on, okay? Those are just random things that I keep in here. Excuse me. And I can shove my hand back there with zero effort. I can feel it, especially if it's a knife. Pull it out, and I have exactly what I need. Whether I want to see if the boat's going to run us over, or if I don't want to pedal over there because there's a kayak over there and get in their way, or if I need some sunscreen because it's stupid bright out. And if you haven't ever used the Sunbum stuff, it's really darn good. That's it. I like the bag being there. I know you can buy aftermarket bags that have zippers and all this stuff, but then you have to work harder to get in there, and I'm not a fan. Padding, the same, okay? A nice rubberized patch that says Old Town, some branding that says, hey, this is quality, not, hey, we were cheap and we had it screen printed. Also right there, you know, nice leather patch with like a PVC plastic patch on the inside. Man, it's just a nice touch. Like, who designed it cared about it, right? Same padding, you know, back here, this is those three, I got some stuff attached to it, all right? D-hookers and pliers. Same, you know, pieces of material attached here like I talked about. If your butt is touching this bar, just snip, 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 you're good to go. Of course, the complimentary It's Made in China sticker, and then the seat risers. Now, I talked to you guys at the beginning of this video about how I don't typically remove my seat from the kayak, but when fishing from the salty, I have to keep my battery underneath the seat in that center hatch. And that means every day when I get back in here and I charge the battery over there, I have to pick up the seat. So I'm going to show you a video installing these things right here. It's real simple. You're just going to take your drill bit, you're just going to drill 2 holes, line it up on the kayak. You drill 2 holes through there, and these holes were originally put in the seat riser so you could do this. That was the original goal. If you know, way back in the day when we first made these, they clipped in on the outside. That was perfect for the Predator, now known as the big water. But the way the seats sit on the salty and the top water, there is no support on the outside like the big water. So we had to find a way to secure it without clipping in from the outside. So we opted with double-sided tape with the option of being able to put zip ties through there. And that's why those holes were there. They weren't just like, let's add some holes so it looks cool. They were, one, this helps you align it with the dead center bottom, and then these 2 allow you just to put zip ties. And you can see that video, super easy to do. Put it on there, zip tied in place. I did not remove the double-sided tape at the start of that video. I don't think you actually need to tape it. These were just prepped to go out. And on the salty, I had some 1.5-inch ones on there, but I prefer to have the 1-inch. So I decided to put these on there prior to making the video. Everybody's different. I like the 1-inch in the salty. My front risers, there's no front risers, so it's in the stock position. So just raising the back of it 1 inch lets me lean forward easier, you know, grab fish, cut bait, do whatever I got to do, right? Get in the center hatch, and I like them. Very, very easy. So this seat, like I said before, just slides in place like all the other seats. They're all the same dimensions, okay? I do keep these D-hookers in the center, like up underneath there, along with some split ring pliers. This is my life jacket. I always keep it strapped to the seat. That way I can put it on quick and easy. And I always wear the little waist guy, right? Sometimes you guys don't even see it. You don't even know I'm wearing it. But I prefer to wear the waist version, not the chest version. It's really hot out there. I spend a lot of time out there. Also, I like the ability to get out of the kayak quickly and go help people, right? I have clients who are not exactly the most experienced sometimes. So I'd rather not have something on my chest in my way. If I need to dive in the water or get to a kayak to help someone, there's nothing on me that can get caught on anything. And those are things that most of you never will ever need to consider or think about. Other pair of pliers right here, just split ring pliers. They just go in there like that. And that's that. That's how I keep my seat. That's how I install my seat risers. Maybe I'll do a full video on the seat risers just so you guys can see it in a little bit more detail. And that's it. Conversation about the seat and the salty is over. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or shoot me an email at nick@navarrekayakfishing.com. Thanks for watching.